Hello everyone, today we're looking at protein powders and I have here found six of the most popular protein powders that I could find and I'm going to be looking at them. So here we have hemp protein powder, here we have pea protein powder, soy protein powder, egg white protein powder, casein protein powder, and whey protein powder. Probably the most popular one is whey protein powder, and here I have kind of ranked them, how popular they are and how known they are. So yeah, we're gonna be looking at what they are, what they do, how they're made, and how much protein they have in them. First of all, pretty simple. We're going to be moving from the last to the top. So hemp protein powder we have here. And basically it is made from the hemp seed. And here you can also see it's a form of cannabis also, which is kind of interesting, but I'm not gonna say anything. But basically, what's interesting about this one is that it's a great source of fiber, and it's a great source of omega. So if you're trying to buy a protein powder with omega and also a fiber, then this will be your protein powder. Now, looking at the study that I have found here, obviously it shows that the protein powder works. I mean, why would a protein powder not work? And the main goal of a protein powder, obviously, being to just increase your daily protein powder intake. Here you can also see what amino acids are in in this hemp protein powder. So obviously arginine, tyrosine, leucine, and a lot more. And also another fun thing is that it is used. So hemp protein powder is used mostly for beverages. So as you can see here, it's used to enrich beverages with protein. And apparently, this is a major market trend of using protein in beverages. So if you want to ever, use protein powder in a beverage, then you know which protein powder to use. Now, looking more at how much protein it has, so here I have found that per about 100 calories, it is 15 grams of protein. Now, this is a bit less protein than the other protein powders, but it's still pretty great. And why is that? Well, that is because it also has about 3 grams of fat. And basically, what fat means is that there will be more calories. So, most of the other protein powders don't have fat, they have just pure protein. This one also adds in that fat factor. So, if you're ever bulking and you want to take a protein powder, then I would probably suggest hemp protein powder. But yeah, let's move on to pea protein powder. And obviously, as suggested in the name, it is made from peas. And looking at the study here that I have found, obviously they compared protein powder, pea protein powder with whey protein powder, and they found that there was pretty much no difference in absorbing protein. So they both worked the same. However, the big difference is if you want to be using a plant-based protein powder, then pea protein powder is probably going to be better because whey powder is made mostly from milk. So if you don't want to be using milk in your protein powder, then this one is definitely the way to go. But pretty much studies suggest that it does work. You see, they compared it with placebo group and it pretty much showed that it worked. So it does work. And also looking at the protein content of this one, we can see that it is a bit more than the last one. There's a bit more protein in this one. And here you can see it's about 15 to 20 grams per 100 calories, which is also pretty solid. Thirdly, we have soy protein powder here. As suggested by the name, this one comes from soybeans, and pretty much that means that it's a great source of fiber and also a great source of iron because of the beans. And in this study, they pretty much found that it was great for muscle adaptations, it was great for antioxidant status, and it was also great for oxidative stress. So, not only great as a protein powder, also great for all of those. Obviously, also found that soy protein powder has gained popularity in the recent years. So, if if you're a fan of soy products, then this one will be your pick. Looking at the protein content, this one is actually pretty surprisingly high. So here, under 115 calories, there's about 27 grams of protein. And this one is probably the most protein out of all of the powders that I have looked at here. I don't know how they do it, but this is good. This is good. I'm not quite sure how they got that much protein in there, but that is a great amount of protein. Next on, we move on to egg white protein powder, as suggested from egg whites. And egg whites, just in general, amazing for protein. I mean, if you ever wanted to lose weight and have a lot of protein, egg whites is literally the way to go. Low in calories, high in protein. What else do you need, right? So obviously the protein powder is going to be great as well. And here in the study obviously found that there was increases in fat-free mass, which is muscle. There was a greater absorption of protein, but also suggests that there should be more studies on this to see how it works, how good it is, and all of that. Looking at the protein content, I could not find exactly how much protein they have per 100 calories. However, I can just look at the egg whites, and here it says that about 100 calories equates to about 22 grams of protein, and that is kind of the median, the standard for these. So most protein powders will be around that 20 grams of protein per 100 calories, and that is completely fine. Moving on to the second last one, we have the casein protein powder. And the big idea with this one is the casein protein powder kind of releases slower than other protein powders. So if you wanted the protein synthesis to happen later, then you could take casein protein powder. And the idea behind that is basically you take casein protein powder before going to bed, and then protein synthesis occurs during night, meaning that you don't lose as much muscle while you sleep, which is an interesting approach, I'm not gonna lie. But basically, during the night, there's obviously no protein synthesis happening, meaning you're in a catabolic state. Your muscle is being broken down. So the idea with these people is that they take protein powder that breaks down slowly and basically drink it right before going to bed, and then they have protein synthesis happening during the night. However, obviously, this study found that basically that does not work. So basically, what they did is they tested people who took casein protein powder in the morning and people who took it in the evening, and there was no difference in fat-free mass, strength, performance, recovery. There was no difference. I can see the idea behind it, but I suppose it does not work. Looking at the amount of protein in this one, it's per about 100 calories, it is about 20 grams of protein, which is still solid. It is still solid and a great protein powder. Again, a more popular protein powder than the rest. So maybe there's some secret, I don't know. Maybe there isn't. Oh yeah, there's also some fiber in this one. So if you ever wanted fiber, take this one. And lastly, we have probably the most popular protein powder, and that is the whey one. And if you ever wanted to buy protein powder, I would probably suggest to get this one. Just a great pick, a solid pick in my opinion. And obviously a lot more studies showing that it works compared to all the other pre-workouts, and basically just shows that there was better protein balance after exercise in people who took protein powder. So if you took it right after exercise, it was great for muscle growth, great for performance recovery, and great for everything else. So just a solid pick. And here, per about 100 calories, it will add up to be about 20 grams of protein. So still around that 20 mark, but this one is also a great pick. So yeah, that's pretty much the rundown of the most popular protein powders. Again, my pick would probably be the whey protein powder. However, from this we have found that soy protein powder actually has a lot of protein in it. So if you ever wanted more protein, you know what to take. But yeah, that's been protein powder, and I'll see you in the next one.